When it comes to the most powerful Mortal Kombat main antagonist, the Dragon King ranks among the top. He's powerful, imposing, and exudes the aura needed to be considered a final boss. So much so that many players wanted to see him return in Mortal Kombat 1. But I believe one of the major aspects of the character people overlook is the fact that he didn't just show up as a boss in the first game he was mentioned in. He was hinted at, and his story was set up in the previous game, Deadly Alliance, a full 2 years before he made his debut in Mortal Kombat Deception. So, sit back, relax, and grab a snack, because in this video, we're going over the full history and story of one of the coolest bosses in all of fighting games, the Dragon King, Onaga.
You suck.
To understand Onaga, we have to go back to the beginning of everything in the Mortal Kombat universe. In the beginning, there was a handful of beings. The Elder Gods, creators of the realms and life within the realms. The Titans, seemingly more powerful beings that hid in the shadows. And the One Being, the one and only non-god living thing. However, the One Being was gluttonous and threatened to consume everything. So the Elder Gods shattered the One Being, and by splitting it up, it created the realms. Within each realm, there contains what is called a Kamidogu, which translates to God Tool or Divine Tool, and that contains the essence of the realm itself. Though the One Being has been shattered, its consciousness remains, where it can attempt to influence those who live within the realms to help merge them and hopefully bring about the revival of the One Being. Eons later, the realm of Outworld is ruled by its original emperor, which is Onaga. We don't know if he was a benevolent or a cruel king, but what we do know is that he had what was called the undefeatable army that allowed him to rule with an iron fist, and he also had an advisor named Shao. Ambition and lust for power made Shao want Onaga's throne, but he knew he couldn't defeat the Dragon King in a one-on-one fight because of how powerful he was. He also knew he couldn't beat him in a military assault since Onaga had the undefeatable army at his beck and call. So he poisons Onaga and was finally able to kill him. But as a sort of failsafe created by Onaga's holy men, when he falls, the soul of the Dragon King is transferred to a hidden dragon egg, where it awaits to be reborn, as well as preventing someone like Shao from absorbing his soul. After his death, Shao becomes Khan. He rules Outworld and begins his quest to conquer and merge the realms, which is due to the influence of the One Being, though Shao himself is unaware of the manipulation. In Mortal Kombat, a realm isn't just a land or even just a planet. It's described as having no physical borders. So for example, Earth, Mercury, Mars, the Sun, the Milky Way, and everything in the universe is all considered Earthrealm. And every realm has a similar universe that it is made up of. One of those realms is Edenia, a beautiful realm. The god and protector of that realm is Argus and his mortal wife Delia. They once foresaw that at one point, the future will have too many warriors who will grow too powerful and ultimately lead to the destruction of the realms.
It is done. Taven and Dagon have been hidden. The dragons, Orin and Karo, will be at their sides.
I trust they will be safe in the caves. I only hope Shao Kahn shows no interest in Earthrealm.
It is unlikely. His attention seems focused only on Edenia. The pyramid is completed. You are certain the battle will take place here, Delia?
I am. I have sent Blaze to monitor the realms. When the time has come, he will signal the dragons and the quest will begin. Are we doing the right thing, Argus?
Your visions determined this course of action. The powerful warriors to come. The corruption of a Mortal Kombat tournament. The chain of events you foretell will lead to a conflict that will destroy us all. These combatants must be dealt with.
I am talking about Taven and Dagon. Must they be involved?
Our sons are the only ones we can trust. Furthermore, they will prove their worth before the Elder Gods. They will bring honor to Edenia.
And to you, if they survive.
We have equipped them well, and the monoliths will hone their skills. This must be done. Dagon and Taven will remain dormant. When they are revived, they will embark on a quest to save the realms from Armageddon. May the Elder Gods watch over them.
To prevent this, he sealed his two sons, Taven and Dagon, away to wake up once Armageddon was near, to defeat a being named Blaze. Once Blaze is defeated, one of two outcomes will take place. Either all the fighters in the realms will lose their powers, or all the fighters in the realms will perish. Dagon awakes much too soon, and in his delusional state, he murders his mother and father, then leaves Edenia to form the Red Dragon criminal organization. Without the protector god in place, Shao Kahn eventually conquers Edenia, murders their king, Jared, then forces Jared's wife, the Queen Sindel, to marry Shao, as well as adopts their daughter Kitana as his own, right before merging Edenia into his own realm, expanding outworld. In Earthrealm, before the time of Liu Kang, a young boy named Shujinko dreams of being a great warrior and defending his realm against Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Shang Tsung, I will win the Mortal Kombat tournament and free Earthrealm from your tyranny.
Is that so? Then it seems I will need a stronger opponent to defeat the great Kung Lao. Goro, fight!
He is visited by a celestial being named Damashi.
Greetings, Shujinko.
Who? What are you?
Do not be afraid. I am Damashi. I am an emissary of the Elder Gods.
As a kind of liaison between humans and the Elder Gods, Damashi tells Shujinko that he has been chosen to be the champion of the Elder Gods, and he needs to depart on a quest to gather all the Kamidogu of each realm, and Shujinko eagerly accepts the quest.
The Elder Gods?
Yes, they are the powers that made this world possible, as well as many others. I have come to you on their behalf because they need your help.
What kind of help do gods need?
The Elder Gods are in need of a champion, one who could complete a quest to save the realms. Shujinko, will you accept this quest to save all that exists? You will be a true hero.
What if I refuse?
Then I will find another. One of your friends, perhaps. The one who pretends to be Shang Tsung.
No, not him. I will be your champion. What must I do?
To ensure that he would be able to complete the task, Damashi bestows Shujinko with the power to absorb the fighting abilities of any fighter that he encounters.
You must traverse the realms in search of items of great importance.
But Master Boraicho will not let me outside the walls of the town.
Not to worry, Shujinko. I will bestow upon you a great power, the ability to absorb the fighting skills from any fighter you encounter. This will give you the edge you will need on your quest. Go now, return to Master Boraicho and show him you are an experienced fighter.
I will, Damashi. Thank you. I will not let the Elder Gods down.
Another realm is Zatera, a jungle-like realm of shape-shifting lizard people. This realm is conquered by Shao Kahn, and he forces it to merge itself into Shao's realm, further expanding outworld. Either during the conquest or sometime after, almost all the Zaterans are exterminated. The most notable survivor of the Zaterans is Syzoth. He pledges his allegiance to the Empire so that his life would be spared, and he becomes the secret protector of Shang Tsung under the guise of a ninja codenamed Reptile, though he secretly wants to find a way to free Zatara from Outworld, as well as to continue his race. But until then, he serves both Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung. Reptile can shapeshift from a lizard-like form to one that resembles a man, and most of the time he remains in the human-like form. In Earthrealm, Reptile accompanies Shang Tsung during the 10th Mortal Kombat tournament, the last that Outworld needs to merge with Earthrealm. Shujinko almost has his dream realized when he is asked to participate in the tournament by Raiden himself.
Shujinko, I return to you because I sense that some change has taken place. You are different in some way.
I have undergone a spiritual cleansing. The warrior Nightwolf had detected an evil stain upon my soul. He was unable to remove it completely, but he has given me the ability to suppress it.
This is an unfortunate turn of events.
Unfortunate? An evil stain has been cleansed from my soul. My sense of awareness is as heightened as it was when Master Boraicho trained me.
The taint you refer to allows you to enter realms otherwise inaccessible to other beings. You will need to regain it in order to continue your quest. I suggest that you return to the Netherrealm. It will restore the impurities needed to enter the more accursed realms. Once your quest is finished, you are free to cleanse your spirit once more.
I cannot believe that you would ask such a thing of me. Surely the contamination I am already forced to carry is enough to access...
Do not question my orders, Shujinko. I never promised your quest would be pleasant. You must fulfill your obligation to the Elder Gods. Return to the Netherrealm.
Have you forgotten the Mortal Kombat tournament? I was on my way to Shang Tsung's island to compete.
I understand your disappointment, but your dream of defeating Shang Tsung will have to wait. For now, you must fulfill your destiny.
I will do as you ask.
But he reluctantly declines since he has to continue searching for the Kamidogu.
Your presence might be connected with the Mortal Kombat tournament here in Earthrealm. Have you come to aid us?
I did come to fight for Earthrealm in the tournament, but I have recently been ordered to the Netherrealm.
I am sure the Elder Gods have their reasons for redirecting you at so crucial a time. It may be that the Shaolin have already chosen their representative. In any event, I will keep a close watch over the tournament's proceedings. Shang Tsung is a treacherous sorcerer. If he wins this time, Earthrealm will belong to Shao Kahn.
If you need my aid when I am finished with my task in the Netherrealm, search for me. I will gladly assist you.
Thank you, Shujinko. Good luck.
Liu Kang goes on to enter and win the tournament, saving Earthrealm. When the events of Mortal Kombat 3 take place and Shao Kahn fails at his final attempt to claim Earthrealm, Reptile goes from looking like a man to looking like a humanoid lizard, almost instinctively changing the form that he would remain in. After Shinnok, a fallen elder god who wants to resurrect the one being to take revenge on the other elder gods, is defeated by Liu Kang in the events of Mortal Kombat 4, Quan Chi is banished to the Netherrealm with his rival Scorpion.
By defeating you, Sub-Zero, I have avenged the death of my family and clan. Now my soul can finally rest.
Your soul will never rest, Scorpion. The Lin Kuei may have been responsible for your murder, but your family's true killer still remains free.
If you are not the murderer, then who is?
I am the one you seek. To defeat my nemesis Sub-Zero, I needed the power of a Spectre. You've done my bidding well, Scorpion. But now I must return you to the Netherrealm.
Never!
Who are you? What do you want?
I am Shujinko. I am searching for the sorcerer Quan Chi.
You have found him. I do not recognize you as a brother of Shadow. Who has sent you?
I sent him.
Scorpion!
You thought you could elude me here? In the lower reaches of the Netherrealm, my strength increases while yours fades. I will make you suffer for killing my family and clan.
While there, Quan Chi is constantly on the run from Scorpion, and not only does he discover a way out of the Netherrealm, but he also stumbles upon the undefeatable army of the Dragon King.
It is now known that the sorcerer Quan Chi has escaped from the Netherrealm. Since his escape, Quan Chi has unlocked the secret of the ancient runestone, discovered the ancient undefeatable army of the long-forgotten Dragon King, and most disturbing of all, formed an alliance with one of our deadliest enemies, Shang Tsung. They have since returned to Outworld and are using the souls of conquered warriors to resurrect the Dragon King's undefeatable army. Should they succeed, they will have the means to conquer Outworld and eventually Earthrealm. They will be unstoppable. I can no longer stand idly by and watch this evil consume the world. I have relinquished my status as Elder God to return to Earth and lead you all to battle against our old adversaries. We must act now. We must stop this deadly alliance.
As all of this is going on, years have passed since Shujinko left on his quest to collect the Kamidogu.
Greetings, Shujinko. It has been 5 years since you began your quest for the Kamidogu. Have you made any progress? Shujinko, you have found the Chaos Kamidogu.
Yes, I found it in a labyrinth not far from here. But I feel strange. I feel like I have changed.
Indeed, you have. Many years have passed since you first entered this realm. I suspect the labyrinth you encountered contains some time-altering agent. Time has passed, but you have not perceived it.
Many years? By the gods. I do feel older. It must have been that strange liquid I stepped through.
That is a distinct possibility. It matters not. You should return to the Nexus and place it on the altar. You have done well, Shujinko. The Elder Gods will be pleased.
He began the mission when he was barely an adult, and now he has grown into an elderly man. Damashi was able to guide him across all the realms and keep him on track to collect the Kamidogu.
Shujinko, you have but one Kamidogu left to find before your task is complete. It lies hidden in this realm, the realm of Edenia. But beware, I sense there is another force at work. Someone else may be after the Kamidogu.
Someone else? For what purpose? You have never fully revealed to me the true significance of the Kamidogu. After all these years of searching, I feel I am owed an explanation.
If it will serve to emphasize the importance of your quest, I will tell you what I can. The Kamidogu made possible the creation of reality. The Elder Gods used them to split the consciousness of the One Being into what we know as the realms.
I do not understand. What is this One Being?
Before the creation of the realms, there were only the Elder Gods and the One Being. The One Being fed off the Elder Gods. It consumed them. A war raged in the timeless void until 6 Elder Gods forged the Kamidogu and used them to splinter the One Being into the many realms.
I am humbled by the scope of what you have revealed to me. Still, I am left to wonder why the Elder Gods have needed my assistance.
As you know, you were called by the Elder Gods to retrieve the Kamidogu and deliver them into safekeeping. What you do not know is that the Elder Gods had detected a plot whereby an individual sought to exploit the Kamidogu and merged all the realms in an attempt to gain ultimate power. That individual may be here in Edenia. He must not be allowed to find the Kamidogu.
It would seem that the Kamidogu are quite powerful. Dangerous weapons in the wrong hands. I thank you for being forthright with me, Damashi.
I have no doubt that you will succeed, Shujinko. You have served the Elder Gods well.
At long last, He has collected all of the Kamidogu, and all that is left to do to complete the quest is bringing them to what is called the Nexus of the Elder Gods.
Shujinko, I see you have found the last of the Kamidogu.
Yes, Damashi. I was on my way to the Nexus to place it upon the altar.
Because you have recovered all the Kamidogu, I will receive a physical body and will be free to dwell in the physical world. My rebirth is to take place soon in our world.
That is wonderful news. Congratulations, Damashi.
Hurry! Take the Edenian Kamidogu to the Nexus. I will meet you there.
It will be good to finally bring this quest to an end.
During the events of the 5th Mortal Kombat game, Deadly Alliance, Quan Chi and Shang Tsung attempt to revive the undefeatable army of the Dragon King. Meanwhile, Reptile undergoes yet another regression. His new normal state is even more reptilian, changing from a flat face to one with a protruding mouth similar to that of a lizard. He has even more scales on his body, and he grows a long lizard-like tail, again undergoing an instinctive transformation for an unknown reason. In Outworld, Reptile discovers an ancient dragon egg, and for some reason, he's drawn to it.
Despite the strong sulfurous stench that filled the chamber, Reptile could smell that Nitara and Cyrax had been there recently. There was no sign of them now, except for some scattered glass shards and a residual trace of strong magical energies. His revenge would have to wait. Suddenly, an expectant hush filled the chamber as energy cascaded around what appeared to be a dragon embryo. The tiny dragon stretched, and the egg cracked. A beam of energy ripped out from inside and lanced into Reptile. His world was filled with a roaring power as his squamous body was twisted and transformed. The ancient prophecy had been fulfilled. The Dragon King had returned.
The egg held the soul and consciousness of Onaga. When a suitable body got close enough to it, he was able to leap from the egg and possess the body of Reptile, essentially reviving himself from death, and essentially pushing Reptile's consciousness right into
the sunken place.
The first thing Onaga does once he is in control of Reptile's body and finishes his transformation is go to the Nexus of the Elder Gods. Once there, he confronts Shujinko.
I have defeated him. Now I am free to complete my quest. I do not understand. The Kamidogu should have been transported to the Elder Gods. Why is it not happening?
Because you have not completely finished the quest.
What are you?
Ah, yes. Familiar words. Perhaps this will help you to understand.
Damashi! What has he done to you? Let him go!
Shujinko, please save me!
Oh, fool! Damashi does not exist. The avatar you see before you is merely a projection of my consciousness. I manipulated this astral puppet from beyond the boundaries of death, and in turn, manipulated you. I deceived you into bringing me the means of attaining ultimate mastery over reality.
So it seems that I have indeed known you all these years. Then by what name shall I call you now? Tell me who you really are, demon.
I am Onaga, the Dragon King of Outworld and soon-to-be ruler of all that exists. I must thank you for bringing me so much power. The Kamidogu are mine.
You may have them. They do nothing. You have wasted your time. Nothing happened when I placed them all on the altar.
Not all. If you had found the last piece, the altar would have transported them to the Elder Gods. But the last piece is currently in Outworld in the possession of a fool sorcerer. I will deal with him later. For now, I will take these artifacts you have so dutifully collected for me. I am afraid they will not make it into the hands of the Elder Gods after all. And so, Shujinko, your quest is done. Prepare for death.
The Dragon King has not emerged from the portal. Perhaps he has lost interest in pursuing me. More likely, he has gone to Outworld and will confront the sorcerer who possesses the last remaining object. I have been a fool. Blinded by the lure of adventure, I have endangered the realms and betrayed the Elder Gods. The blame is mine alone. What have I done?
After Onaga reveals to Shujinko that he deceived him and he gains all of the Kamidogu, Onaga treks to Outworld to collect the final relic he needs to form what is called the One Kamidogu. It's a tool of unspeakable power. That relic that he needs is Shinnok's amulet, and he finds it in the palace of the Deadly Alliance.
But it is said that there is only one true ruler of Outworld. And that ruler had returned. Onaga, former Emperor of Outworld, the Dragon King. The prophecy had been fulfilled. The Dragon King had indeed returned to Outworld to reclaim his army and impose his dominance. Death awaited all who stood in his way. And so it was that a new alliance was formed out of desperation. Sworn enemies joined forces to combat a greater threat. Raiden began to realize that even their combined might was not enough to defeat the Dragon King. There was only one chance left. Raiden's sacrifice was in vain, for the blast had little effect on the Dragon King. Now Onaga has what he needs to shape the realms as he sees fit. I was the fool who brought him this power. Only I can destroy this threat, born of deception.
It turns out that Onaga's army was only undefeatable because of the Dragon King's ability to constantly resurrect any of them that fell in battle, and this was due to his abilities in necromancy. He uses these powers to resurrect the fallen warriors and hypnotize them to carry out his commands, which they did until he was finally defeated by none other than Shujinko.
So that I would be able to defend myself during the quest to find the Kamidogu, Onaga had given me the power to absorb the fighting ability of any warrior I encountered, but his gift would prove to be his undoing. The warriors in Outworld were in disarray. Heroes were not focused on the true threat of Onaga, and villains were unaware that they were bringing about their own destruction by serving him. I united them, and in one moment absorbed their combined fighting power. I shattered each of the Kamidogu, the source of his invulnerability. This weakened Onaga, and I attacked him without mercy. His mortal form was no match for a combatant infused with the powers of so many warriors. The Dragon King was finally defeated. The realms will remain as they have since the beginning.
After his defeat, Onaga's soul went to the Netherrealm. Taven, the son of the Edenian god who was meant to go on the quest to prevent Armageddon, finally awakens and begins his mission. During the events of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, this is Onaga's perspective. I had nearly regained my throne as Emperor of Outworld, where my plans were undone. My pawn, Shujinko, had grown more powerful than I had anticipated. Rallying warriors to his cause, he absorbed their fighting abilities and shattered the 6 Kamidogu, rendering me vulnerable. Only the amulet I had retrieved from the sorcerer Quan Chi gave me protection. But as Shujinko landed his final blow, an outside force simultaneously ensnared my soul and expelled me from my host body. I found myself bound to a rune in the Netherrealm. I languished there until I was found by Shinnok, a fallen elder god. Like me, he was trapped in that accursed place, denied domination of the realms by lesser beings. Shinnok offered me a chance at revenge. I would regain my rightful place as ruler of Outworld in return for my unquestioned servitude. I bow to no one, but I did consider his offer. Shinnok was nearing his ascension from the Netherrealm, but he feared another defeat, either by his enemies or his allies. He would emerge unchallenged if they were all eliminated. To achieve this, he needed an Edenian half-god named Dagon to defeat a fire elemental. The godlike energy Dagon would receive from that victory would bring about this slaughter. However, many other warriors also sought that power. Should Dagon fail, should some other warrior defeat Blaze, Shinnok's plan would go unfulfilled. Shinnok was most concerned with Shao Kahn, my most hated enemy. He proposed that I feign reluctance, but join Quan Chi's new alliance in order to stay close to the traitor. I would then follow him to the final battleground and prevent him from reaching Blaze. When Dagon finally won the prize, the combatants would all be slain, and I would be given Outworld to rule once more. As an added incentive, Shujinko, languishing in Shao Kahn's dungeon, would be mine to do with as I pleased. I did not trust this fallen elder god. I suspected treachery. If all went as he planned, I would most likely be among the dead. But I accepted his offer in order to free myself from that accursed Netherrealm. Satisfied, Shinnok conjured a portal and he spoke through it. He then raised his hands and clenched his fists. With a demonic shout, my soul was freed from the binding symbol and I was released from the Netherrealm. I awoke in my original body, covered in dragon's blood. Before me stood Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, and my hated enemy, Shao Kahn. I will pose as Shinnok's pawn and join Quan Chi's alliance. Shao Kahn will never reach Blaze, but I would be a fool to allow Dagon victory. Once I have slain the fire elemental, and I have taken the prize for myself, I will have Shinnok's head. Onaga serves no one.
And that is why we must put our differences aside and join forces.
Why should we believe you, Quan Chi? Why should we trust you?
I will not join an alliance of traitors! Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, Onaga, my comrades. We are all treacherous by nature, and betrayal is to be expected. But if we do not stand together, at least initially, it could mean the end of darkness. I stand with no one. I will claim the prize and with it, destroy you all. Onaga. Emperor Onaga.
Not anymore. You haven't been listening to what Quan Chi has told us. The forces of light also seek to acquire this power. You cannot defeat them alone. Only if we join forces does one of us have a chance of winning the prize.
But which one of us? If Onaga is the victor, he could use that power to overthrow you.
I'll take that chance.
What of the brothers? What can be done about them? I have trapped one of them in Earthrealm. The other is in Edenia. We must go there now. Our allies are waiting.
To war!
This is the last time that we see Onaga in the story of Mortal Kombat. During the battle at the Temple of Argus, where every fighter is present in a race to defeat Blaze, we see Onaga grab Shao Kahn and fly off into the distance. Though we know that ultimately Shao Kahn will be the one to defeat Blaze, the fate of Onaga is unknown. When Raiden sends his past self memories that his present self has in order to change the events that would cause Shao Kahn to defeat Blaze, the changes Raiden makes essentially creates a new timeline. In this second timeline, Onaga is never resurrected. However, this isn't due to lack of trying.
I will handle Shao Kahn alone.
But he wields Onaga's power.
I don't fear the Dragon King.
I'm on a mission for Damashi.
He is Onaga, the Deceiver.
He said you would say that.
Where is my army of clones?
I would rather raise Onaga.
Or perhaps you deceive me, sorcerer.
You have Onaga's fire.
I'm not related to the Dragon King.
Mortals are always so self-assured.
Onaga, Shao, and Kotao.
A history lesson, worm.
Khans whom the Hive has outlived.
Take your place in the Netherrealm.
I would rather raise Onaga.
That would be most unwise. Onaga whispers your name to the dark.
I shall not be his puppet, as Goro was.
He would have you for his bride.
Did Goro become Onaga's vessel?
Yes, and he nearly scorched Outworld.
Has Onaga's power tempted you?
The rumors are true. Dagon cloned me. Through me, Onaga will live forever. Goro thought the same, yet now he rots.
During Liu Kang's new era and third timeline of the series, Onaga is spoken about, but not like a former emperor, but more so a beast that needs to be sealed away or tamed. Shao, who is also not a ruler in this timeline due to Liu Kang shaping their histories, wants to overthrow the current empire, and to do so, he means to release Onaga under his control and use his might to take the throne.
Does Onaga exist in your timeline? Exist in it? He rules it. Yet another timeline threatens us.
This one created by a Titan Onaga. Titan Onaga is the most powerful yet.
We will defeat him, Geras.
Who is this Onaga Shao wants to tame?
The most dangerous creature to ever roam Outworld. I don't need your help to defend the Empress.
If Reiko revives Onaga, you will need more than just mine.
If Reiko frees Onaga from Mount Saga...
I am aware, Liu Kang. I know the legends.
I thought we were allies, General.
Once Onaga's tamed, I won't need you.
I may need sorcery to tame Onaga.
You cannot enlist me in your fool's errand.
It is suicide to try to tame Onaga.
That won't stop me from obeying the General's command.
Souls within us fought Onaga. Freeing him is folly.
The General believes otherwise. Any final words before I face Onaga?
Pray, Reiko.
With General Shao freed from prison, we began raising a new army against the royal family. Though many were eager recruits, few were good at soldiering. It was so bad, the General was forced to change tactics. He decided that we needed a doomsday weapon. That weapon isn't a thing, though. It is a monster. Onaga, the Dragon King. The General told me the old legends were true, that his ancient ancestor defeated Onaga, trapping him deep inside Mount Sagan. The Dragon King is still there today, his pent-up fury waiting to be unleashed. Because Onaga is so dangerous, the General wouldn't risk trying to tame him before. But now, he feels we have no choice. Though I likely won't survive, I accept this mission gladly. I can think of no greater honor than to give my life in the General's service.
Attack again, and you'll lose again.
Not this time. I've tamed Onaga.
As of right now, that is the full history of Onaga as told through the story of the video games. There was also an MKX comic where Goro attempts to allow Onaga to possess him so that he can regrow the arms that Kotal Khan cut off. However, the comic was cancelled before they could get to that part of the story featuring the Dragon King. Here are the non-canon endings in Mortal Kombat Deception, depicting what would have happened if someone other than Onaga would have won. All of which reveal a little bit of the lore of his character, including what Onaga himself would have done if he defeated everybody.
The Elder Gods had transformed Scorpion into their weapon in order to defeat the Dragon King before his plans of domination unmade the realms. With his enhanced abilities, he tirelessly tracked Onaga through the realms until finally he cornered him in the Nexus. The Dragon King had many allies, but they were of no consequence. It was in fact Scorpion who was the true champion of the Elder Gods, the enforcer of their will. Only he could stop the menace that threatened all that exists. Only he could defeat the Dragon King. Although Onaga had returned from the dead, he did not re-inhabit his original body. Sindel and Jade found his sarcophagus opened. His body remained, but the armor was missing. Strangely, the hieroglyphics in his tomb were similar to an ancient Edenian language. She discovered an incantation inscribed by Onaga's holy men that was intended to transport his soul back into its original body. As she was memorizing the spell, Onaga emerged from the shadows. Onaga could have defeated both Jade and Sindel, but instead he took sadistic pleasure in unleashing Katana against them. He was a fool. Jade held off Katana while Sindel thrust her Kwandao into the heart of the corpse. As she screamed the ancient incantation, Onaga's soul leapt from Reptile's body into its intended vessel. The corpse came to life and cried in agony as the Kwandao prevented its heart from reforming. Sindel held the blade firmly in place as Onaga returned to the cold sleep of death. With the Dragon King defeated, the realms were safe, and Sindel's daughter Katana was free from his spell. May Edenia know peace once more. In an outer chamber of the Dragon King's throne room, Ermac did battle with Liu Kang's enslaved comrades. Ermac was more than a match for the 5 warriors, but their defeat was not his objective. Liu Kang materialized and one by one freed their souls while Ermac occupied the rest. Eventually, all 5 were awakened from their enchantment and freed from Onaga's control. Ermac was pleased that his warrior's skills could for once bring about a noble outcome. He sensed, however, that an ominous force still shaped the destiny of the realms. It was everywhere. He could feel its influence on Onaga, though the Dragon King was oblivious to its manipulation. Time was running out. Ermac feared the celebration of this latest victory would be short-lived. The Dragon King had defeated us all, save one, Jax. And though I had absorbed the fighting abilities of those who had aided me, I lacked the raw anger that propelled Jax into battle. Brutally pounding Onaga into submission, Jax finally ended the conflict by embedding a Kamidogu in the would-be ruler's head.
Where he summoned so much rage from, I cannot say. I only hope that his anger is finally purged.
Nightwolf had traversed realms and fought many demons to get to this place deep within the Netherrealm. Using knowledge passed to him from his forefathers, he drew a binding symbol on the ground and chanted the ancient words that would draw the spirit of the Dragon King to this wicked place. Nightwolf had carried the burden long enough. He released the sins of his people into the mystic symbol, and their weight bound Onaga to the Netherrealm. Free of the corruption he had harbored for so long, Nightwolf was expelled from the depths of the Netherrealm and into the unknown. The others had defeated the Dragon King, but left his broken body unattended on the floor of his throne room. Not long ago, a similar fate had befallen his former advisor, Shao Kahn. Havoc ripped the still warm heart from the carcass and consumed it, thus absorbing Onaga's power to reanimate the dead. Had the Dragon King succeeded in his plans for total domination, the never-ending turmoil of life would have come to a stifling halt. Those who defeated him believed that the realms were at rest once more, but Havoc vowed to restore the chaos that once ravaged Outworld. Shao Kahn would rule again. An alliance had been formed of warriors from vastly different origins, but with a similar goal: to defeat Onaga. Li Mei marched uneasily into battle against the Dragon King. The closer she got to him, the more she came to understand which side was truly deserving of victory. Li Mei turned on her former allies and gave her emperor the time he needed to finish merging the Kamidogu. The Dragon King was now all-powerful. He had the means to control the universe, to make and unmake as he saw fit. Li Mei watched in delight as the Elder Gods fled before his might. Onaga then transformed her into his queen, to be forever at his side. He had given her power beyond anything she ever imagined. Together, they will rule the One Realm and slay the last of the Elder Gods. Havoc had given Cabal's new Black Dragon recruits a task: lure the heroes away from the Dragon King's corpse while he somehow retrieved the heart, and with it, Onaga's power to raise the dead. Apparently, Onaga's ancient army had only been invincible by means of constant resurrection during battles. The power to raise the dead would prove quite useful to the Black Dragon clan. Cabal slew Havoc and took the Dragon King's heart for himself. Havoc was most impressed. In Edenia, Tanya had located the ancient texts that described the process by which to fuse the Kamidogu into one. With this information, Onaga was able to create the One Kamidogu, a tool of unspeakable power. As the Dragon King was distracted, reveling in his victory, Tanya seized the opportunity to snatch the Kamidogu from him, thereby obtaining godlike power. She destroyed the Dragon King and became ultimate overlord of the realms. Shao Kahn had regained his strength, and he and Goro marched boldly to the Dragon King's throne room, slaying all who stood in their way. Like an echo of their battle ages ago, Shao Kahn and Onaga fought with a fury fueled by intense hatred. Knowing the Dragon King was too powerful to defeat in mere combat, Shao Kahn blasted Onaga with his warhammer, causing him to hurtle into Goro's poisoned blades. Onaga had fallen victim to Shao Kahn's treachery once more. With Onaga defeated, Shao Kahn reclaimed Outworld once again. His army of Shokan decimated what remained of Kitana's armies and the Tarkatan horde and scattered their survivors into the unknown. A new era had begun in the realm of Outworld. Long live Emperor Shao Kahn.
My enemies have failed to prevent me from fusing all the weapons of the Elder Gods into one. I used this ultimate weapon to warp reality,
merging the realms into a singular existence. The Elder Gods were helpless as I used their own power against them in the void beyond the One Realm. Not satisfied with merely ruling the One Realm, I seized all that exists and merged it into myself. There can be only one consciousness. I am everything. I have become the One Being.
The forces of darkness defeated Blaze, and the Dragon King seized the prize for himself, attaining ultimate power. He immediately focused his wrath upon the one being he despised most, Shao Kahn. Long ago, Shao Kahn had stolen Outworld from him. Now Onaga would repay that treachery. Shao Kahn was beaten to the point of death, but Onaga would not see him die so quickly. He ordered Quan Chi and Shang Tsung to deal with the former emperor. While Onaga reclaimed his throne, Shao Kahn remained a captive in his own dungeon, tortured by those who had once pledged to him their allegiance.
Onaga is deceitful, manipulative, intelligent, egotistical, boastful, and extremely powerful. But what are your thoughts on Onaga? Do you count him among the very best boss characters in fighting game history, or do you think he might be overrated? Let me know in the comments. If you made it this far, you can
acknowledge me
by hitting the like button. This helps videos like this get to viewers like you, and it is very much appreciated. You can hit confirm that by hitting the subscribe button to join
literally millions
of Shinfit subscribers. If you'd like to see why you'll most likely miss Mortal Kombat 1, that video is on screen now. But more importantly than anything else, don't get beat up out there.